So this video is to show you how to fill out a TMS counselor social worker referral. You'd be sending this out if you suspect that there's something going on with a student or if you want to refer them to the wellness room. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out as if I were sending one to the counselor, just so you guys can see what it looks like. So it's going to start off with asking the student's first name, then the student ID number. It is not going to ask for the last name. It's going to pull all the information from the student ID number. Grade, 8th grade. Your name. Your email. Make sure that it is an email that you use because you will be getting a receipt email for your own records. The date. Does this student have an IEP? I'm going to go ahead and put no. Does this student have a 504? I'm going to put no. Do you think this student would benefit from using the wellness room? So this is a room on campus where students can learn coping strategies or get counseling or participate in mindfulness activities. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and put yes. The next section is going to go into the concerns that you have about the student. So it's going to divide that into different sections. The first one's going to be students' moods or behaviors. So you can click as many as you want. You can also put an other if one's not there. If you don't have any concerns for each one of these, there is a section that says I don't have any concerns about the student's mood or behaviors. In this case, I'm going to put anxious and worried, depressed and unhappy. What are your school concerns? So these are your academic ones. Again, check that all that apply. So I'm just going to say homework not turned in, low test scores. What concerns do you have about a student's relationship with others? I'm just going to put poor relationship with others. What concerns do you have with the student's home life? So it's going to have a variety of things on here. Again, if your concerns don't really go into the student's home life or you don't know too much about it, you can either do the other or I don't have any concerns about the student's home life. In this case, I'm just going to put I don't have any concerns. If you suspect abuse in the home, has it been reported? We are mandated reporters, so hopefully you did report your abuse if you know that there is abuse. So in this case, I'm just going to put NA. Does the student have suicidal ideation or do they show signs of self-harming? So if you answer yes to this question, it's going to send an email that specifically says urgent. And this is so the counselor knows that this is something they need to deal with right away. I'm going to put no in this case, so it's just going to send a regular email. If you answered yes or maybe to the question above, can you give a little bit more information? So in this case, I didn't answer yes, so I'm just going to put NA. And then is there any additional information regarding your concerns? So I'm just going to go ahead and put no. If you have anything you want to add, make sure that you add it here. Anything that you know or the student has told you, this can be helpful to the counselor, so just put anything that you think is relevant. Go ahead and push next. So relevant data in evidence. This is just things that you've done to try to help the situation. So I'm going to go ahead and put phone call home, met with student one-on-one, and email home. And then at the end, it's going to ask you, was there anything not asked that you would like me to know? It's asking you to do what it says. If you have additional things that you wanted to say, but you just never got the opportunity along the way, this is where you'd put it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put no. So then I'm going to submit that. And what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and send out emails to the teacher and to the counselor. So it's going to take just a few seconds here and then it'll pop up and then I'll show you what that looks like. So if you notice, it got sent at the same time, so you'll be getting an email as soon as the social worker gets an email. That's how you'll know it got sent. So this is what the one to the counselor will look like. It's going to have the same information that yours will. The only difference is theirs will have a button here so that way they can print out the responses on the sheet, just so that way they can keep them for the records. And then yours is going to be a receipt email. Again, it's all the same information. You can kind of store it away somewhere if you need to or want to. And this will be sent out every time you send one, so that way you have something for your records. So with this, remember if you put yes to suicidal ideation or self-harming, it will say urgent on the email, just so that way it moves up higher up the ladder. So that is how you fill out a TMS counselor social worker referral. Hopefully that explained it well. Thank you for listening.